Peace Collective. What is going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is Milan. I am an intuitive tarot reader. If you guys are new here to this channel, welcome. If you guys are returning, welcome back. It means the world to me each and every single time you guys join. Thank you times 1,000 for being here, for deciding to spend your time and your energy with me in these readings. This is going to be another general collective reading. However, we are going to get into a deep dive today. We're going to look into the energy between Cardi B and JT. If you guys are interested in readings that have to do with pop culture, music, entertainment, celebrities and things like that, if that's your speed, I already have a playlist curated on my channel called the Deep Dive series that you guys can check out if you are interested in readings regarding those particular topics. Okay, I wanted to just tap into the energy between Cardi B and JT because we're doing this reading right off the heels of JT's debut solo mixtape that just came out. Okay, City Cinderella. Make sure you guys go check that out. It was actually really dope. I was very surprised at how well the production was, the variety of sounds that she was using in samples. It was storytelling, popping her shit at the same time. So it was very interesting. It was different, and I actually really did enjoy it. And then I also wanted to see what was going on between, like I said, her and Cardi B. Cardi B just put out a feature track with Rob 49. I believe it's called On That Money. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yet, but if you guys liked it or, you know, you're into Cardi B's music, definitely leave a comment down below. I love to interact with you guys. So major shout out to both of these ladies doing their thing in their own respective lanes. However, I really don't understand or know why these two have a gripe between one another. I know a couple years ago, maybe like 2022, both of these ladies got into a bit of a back and forth very publicly on Twitter. And that's kind of where I remember hearing that term for the first time, lapdog, okay, between the two of them having a public exchange on Twitter and prison pants, okay, if you will. But I really don't understand or know really where this gripe between these two ladies even stems from. If you guys know, please leave it in the comments. Let me know what you know. Again, I love to interact with you all. Okay, if this reading makes sense to you, you resonate with this message here, definitely leave a like in the video. Okay, subscribe. I'd love to have y'all part of the family. And just a quick thing, you know, you guys, just keep it respectful if you can. I understand that both of these ladies have fans and stands or whatever, but this is not a stand page. This is not a fan channel. I'm literally just reading cards. Okay, I can't read energy that's not present. So if you guys, you know, don't necessarily like the message or agree, that is fine. Okay, these are not, you know, it's not personal. We don't know these people from a dry can of paint. So if you're gonna get in the comments, all I ask is that you keep it respectful if you can help it. Okay, but let's get right into this. I have a Queen of Swords here from one deck, which is going to represent Cardi, being that she's a Libra, and then I have a Queen of Wands here from the same deck, which is going to represent JT, being that she is a Sagittarius. Okay, so we're going to start with a couple oracle cards, and then we'll dive into the tarot to clarify the messages. All right, we're going to start with JT's end, and just so you guys understand how I'm reading the cards here, whenever I pull out a card, this is going to represent how JT is feeling towards Cardi B, how she feels about Cardi B, how she is viewing her. Okay, and the same vice versa, when I pull out cards on Cardi's end, that's how she views, how she's feeling towards, or how she's viewing JT. Okay, so let's get right into this. Spirit, please give us some clear and concise messages regarding the energy between JT and Cardi B. How does JT view or feel about Cardi B at this time, Spirit? Thank you. How does JT feel currently about Cardi B at this time? Okay, this first card I got, it says, I like you. Okay, very simple, straightforward. It says, someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun, flirting, and want to date. That's interesting. So she could be viewing, you know, somebody, well, she could be viewing Cardi as somebody who she liked at one point, who she really had like a genuine type of admiration for. Okay, she could even feel like Cardi B felt the same way about her. So already I'm getting, it seems like a business relationship or some type of like connection here that wasn't necessarily deep, but they had more of an admiration for each other before in the past. Okay, we know, city girls have worked with Cardi B when JT wasn't necessarily home or around at that time. So Um, maybe this gripe happened after she came back home from prison. I'm not sure, but we'll clarify, guys, of course. Look at that. Love call. Wow. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. And again, guys, when I pull cards, this is how she's viewing Cardi B at this time. Okay, so she's viewing Cardi as someone who has given JT her flowers. She's viewing Cardi as someone who has again, shown love and admiration to her at one point in time, okay? Thinking of you and letting you know. So it's not to say that they were like the best of friends or whatever, but I'm definitely getting this vibe. It's like they probably talked on the phone or exchanged DMs, voice notes, or whatever. And I feel like they really did have some type of genuine kind of rapport with one another before. So she's definitely viewing Cardi as somebody who, liked her at one point, would check on her every once in a while, right? Give her, send her well wishes and wishing her the best, things like that. Like, oh girl, I hope that you do well. I hope everything's okay with you and your family, whatever. Small stuff like that, right? Again, I'm not really feeling this was like the best of friends type of vibe. The way JT was with Young Miami, absolutely not with Cardi B. It was more so, listen, JT, I'm giving you your flowers. You're doing your thing. Congratulations. And that's it. Is the type of vibe that I'm getting. So she's definitely viewing her as somebody who had more love and admiration for her before than she does now, is the vibe that I'm getting, obviously. That's weird. Okay, I don't know why I'm picking this up, but maybe JT views Cardi as somebody who like admires her and really like fucks, like, how like you can like somebody or admire somebody or look up to somebody so much it's like you become jealous of them. Does that make sense, guys? It's like I'm getting this energy. JT is seeing her as somebody who will like loves her from a distance. Cardi could really like her style, like how she dresses, like her music, but Cardi is not the type, or wouldn't be the type, to go out publicly and say that. Does that make sense? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, okay? I'm gonna hop over to Cardi's side real quick as far as the oracle portion goes, and then we'll jump into another deck and hop back over to JT in a second. How is Cardi viewing or feeling up towards JT at this time? Thank you. How is Cardi viewing or feeling towards JT at this time? Oh, wow. Not today? Interesting. How is Cardi viewing or feeling towards JT? Thank you. Hand of Cards. Okay. Hand of Cards I'm seeing. I just flipped over. Interesting. The first one, though, I saw, it says not today. Okay. Looks like somebody avoiding calls and not wanting to talk. Okay. Ignoring. It says not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call a person, boundaries, and still angry. Okay, so you guys see how like that's a kind of the exact opposite of what I got for JT. Okay, love call came out for JT, and then somebody on the phone not wanting to talk on the phone for Cardi. So she's viewing JT, okay, as somebody who doesn't want to talk to her or doesn't really give her the time of day. Okay, Cardi could be viewing JT as somebody that, is avoiding her or has set some type of healthy boundaries with her. Okay, so this is kind of giving me, again, you have JT viewing Cardi as someone who will reach out, give him flowers, blah, 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 right? So Cardi may have tried to reach out to JT and try to like squash the beef here or something. But JT is like, no. I get this energy from JT where she's like, once you fuck me over once, okay, you fuck me over twice, then it's really done with you. Like we are not cool. We're not gonna be cool ever again. It's like if you get on her bad side or do something that she finds hurtful or something that betrayed her. Okay, JT, she sets boundaries immediately. So you only have so many times or so many chances to hurt her or fuck her over, is the vibe that I'm getting, okay? So again, this is Cardi B viewing JT as someone who does not want to talk. Not today. Not answering the phone. Not answering text. Okay, then I have a card that says House of Cards. Okay, it says take a chance, risk, being strategic, having options, not showing your hand, and gambling. So she could also be viewing her. Okay, wow. I just got to download. Okay, I feel like so far the way Cardi is viewing JT as somebody who, you know, is playing her cards right. She's viewing her as somebody who, you know, is willing to go out there and take a risk on her career because she knows that it's going to pay off and that it's going to be worth it. She also viewing her as somebody who doesn't necessarily tell everybody and their mom about what she's about to do or how she's going to do it. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting this vibe where Cardi could try to like dig for information, you know? It's like she may have tried to reconcile with JT or, you know, extend some type of olive branch here, but I feel like it was more of a strategy move, not so much because I genuinely fuck with you like that. I feel like Cardi may have tried to reach out to her to try to get information as far as what she's doing with this album, what her next steps are. Okay, because I'm getting this energy where it's like she may try to reach out, and if she's not getting any information from JT's team or JT's people, I'm seeing Cardi be like, you know what, let me just call her. Let me reach out. Let me squash this beef because it would benefit me more knowing what JT is doing or what steps she's doing so I know how to move afterwards. Does that make, I really, really hope that makes sense, guys. Okay, so she's viewing JT as somebody who, you know, is very strategic and very particular about how she's doing everything right now, especially that was leading up to the release of her debut project, right? And I feel like Cardi here is trying to play chess and not checkers, or she's willing to bury the beef, right? In order to get on JT's good side because she sees something in JT. I think she knows that JT has the potential to really, really pop. And I think she was looking to get on her good side or reconcile with her. Again, talk to her, send her some type of flowers here. But JT was like, girl, no, I'm not, no, absolutely not. I feel like JT kind of smelled the insincereness, the non-genuine factor in Cardi B trying to reach out. Okay, Cardi B views JT as somebody who does, again, who's not showing their hand. They're not telling everybody what it is they're doing. So when JT does something or is about to drop something, it's just going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So Cardi may have a lot of connections and you know, insiders around the industry and all these labels or whatever, especially with QC, because we know Cardi, you know, had a connection with Quality Control, which is the label that City Girls JT is under. So she may have tried to like snoop around or try to get some information, but JT is keeping her shit on lock, I feel like. So that's very interesting. But yeah, already I'm getting Cardi has tried to reach out, but again, she's viewing JT as somebody who doesn't want to talk, not answering the phone, not giving her the time of day for real. Let's hop back over to JT. I'm going to use one more Oracle deck to see what comes out for her, and then we'll go back to Cardi's perspective, okay? Spirit, how is JT feeling in regards to Cardi B? How is she viewing Cardi at this time? Thank you. How is she viewing Cardi at this time? Let's see. Okay, I have real estate here. So just real estate in general, I think of long-term investment, something that lasts for a long time. Something that's like a marathon, it's not a race. Something that takes a lot of time and effort, okay? Or stability, a foundation. But it says wealth, investment, and mega project, okay? And then I have a card here that says friendship, okay? Team, connection, and network. So what did I just say? Cardi may have tried to really like kind of bury the hatchet and extend an olive branch and try to get back in JT's good graces because she sees that's what she's doing. She sees that she's really building a genuine fan base here. JT could be viewing Cardi B right now as somebody who is trying to rebuild and reestablish and invest back into some type of friendship here. Okay, but this friendship card specifically says team and network. Okay, when you network with people, it could just be business. It doesn't have to be somebody that you were all buddy-buddy with. Okay, so, and this real estate card, damn, okay. Okay, maybe JT is viewing Cardi as somebody who wanted to get to connect and do a collab or something. Real estate, okay, it literally says mega project, an investment, okay? And then you have this networking, teamwork makes the dream work card. Yeah, Cardi definitely tried to reach out to her to try to like rebuild their connection here and work together on a project. Okay, but again, it's like under the guise of friendship and being genuine and being sincere, but JT can smell the BS like a shark in a pool full of blood. Okay, it's like, you're not really my friend. You just want to work together because you see the benefit that would come from working with me, especially now that, you know, I'm building my own fan base. I have a strong team, blah, 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 blah. You know, she definitely is viewing her as somebody who wants to be cool with her again. Okay. But again, I just feel like it's not a very genuine, it's not coming from a genuine space as far as Cardi B trying to reach out and be, you know, all buddy again. I really do feel like she may have tried to reach out to people on JT's team as well, because she may have some type of like long-standing relationship with these people on her team. Not so much JT, but again, the people around her. But it's like they're not gonna risk that or spill it to Cardi. Absolutely not, because it's gonna be used against them, and JT knows that. Okay, but yeah, she's very closed off to her at this time, is what I'm getting. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's nice. You want to be my friend again, but I know it's not because you genuinely want to be my friend or because you give a fuck about me. You know, it's for the benefit. That's the thing. I've done a couple of readings on Cardi B, and like a lot of people in the industry, right? They do things that will benefit them. I get it. It's business. I totally understand. But Cardi, it's bad. It's like, if you're not going to do shit for me, or if it's not doing anything for me, even if I genuinely like your music, I genuinely like your style, I genuinely like your wavelength or whatever, she's not going to do anything for you unless it's benefiting her financially or public image wise. Okay. But let's see. But how is Cardi viewing JT at this time? How is Cardi viewing JT at this time, Spirit? Thank you. Whoops. It's Cardi viewing JT at this time. Oh, that's funny. Okay. You know, JT has a song called Okay. That's funny. And then number 65, it says stability, harmony, acceptance. So she's viewing JT as somebody who is kind of accepted where their business relationship, friendship, whatever, is at right now. Okay, she's viewing her as somebody who is doing okay without the connection to Cardi B. You know what I'm getting? It's like Cardi B really is, she really, and again, you guys can go on my playlist and see the other readings I've done about Cardi. It's a very consistent energy with her where she feels as though people should kind of like, you know, kiss her feet or give her praise all the time, bow down to her because she's been in the game for a little while now, and her album did so well, and you know what I'm saying, she gets millions of dollars to pop out, so that means everybody should just be groveling at her feet. Okay, but she's viewing JT as somebody who is stable, who is content, who doesn't really care, who's, you know, very indifferent is the word that I'm hearing. Very indifferent about whether or not she's cool with Cardi or if she isn't. Okay, stability, harmony, acceptance. That's so funny. The OK card came out of all cards. But how is Cardi viewing JT at this time? Thank you. Ooh, pride. Interesting. Okay. It says self-esteem, self-worth, and ego. Yeah, I'll say this really quick. Cardi B has a really, really heavy head. Okay, she really does. I feel like allow her pride and ego to kind of get in the way, and it's almost to the point where her head is very blown up. Okay, this is giving me King of Swords energy. It can be very narcissistic sometimes. Okay, self-esteem, self-worth, and ego. So again, this is how she's viewing JT. She's viewing somebody, look at that. And even the guy has a crown on his head. Cardi, I'm hearing her in her voice, it's like a ranting voice, like that should be mine, or that should be me, or I should be doing this. And it's funny because you have more than enough time to do everything that JT is doing right now. It's just you're not doing it. So that's odd. She's viewing her as somebody who kind of has the crown. I'm hearing heavy is the head that wears the crown. Okay, she's viewing her as somebody who is taking her shit very seriously. Okay, this guy is in a suit, like he's in an office setting. You know, he's got his arms crossed, he's got a laptop. She views her as somebody who's got very high self-esteem, who knows her worth. Okay, and I think there's something here I'm getting to. Cardi may feel as though JT is a little bit too big for her britches or something. She could be viewing her as somebody who that shouldn't be doing what she's doing for the simple fact that she's JT slash connected to city girls. I really hope that makes sense, guys. Okay, it's almost like this vibe of, well, we were just, a city girl. You were just working with Carisha, and you were with Uzi, and you shouldn't be, having this much success, or you shouldn't be having all these fans. It's almost kind of very weird. It's weird. And I'm not going to sit here and use the word jealous or hater. I'm not going to say that, guys. Okay, Cardi B is clearly established in the game. She's got her connection. She's a millionaire, so she's not very happy in her personal life, but business wise, it's like, I just feel like she wishes that, or she would prefer her to have the crown versus somebody quote unquote like a JT, because Cardi just feels like she's better than a lot of people. Simple as that. Okay, now does Cardi B know that JT, may have a bit better flow and better enunciation? She knows that JT is getting her feet wet in those fashion spaces. So I think Cardi is worried that JT is going to be like the next crown jewel in fashion and music. Okay. Ooh, that's weird. I'm not going to sit here and use the word hater and jealousy though right now. I'm not going to do that unless a card that comes out that says that, then okay. But I don't want to just throw that out there already, but it is kind of what it feels like. I'm not even going to lie. Okay. But let's get right into this. Let's see. I'm going to jump back to JT and get some tarot to clarify. If you guys like this message, this is making sense to you, definitely leave a like on the video, subscribe. Okay. Let me know what you know in the comments. All right, Spirit, how is JT viewing Cardi at this time? How is JT feeling towards and viewing Cardi at this time? Thank you. Oh, wow. First card that fell out was the Devil card. Capricorn energy. I don't like that. Let's see. We had the Ace of Cups that tried to flip over as well. Interesting. Let's get into this. The Devil card is toxic energy, someone who can be very controlling, very obsessive type of energy, very lustful. The Devil card is also my industry card. Contracts, negotiations, okay? Like toxic attachments. That's somebody who's in the energy of, being very ego-driven, a liar, a narcissist, okay? I already said that a few minutes ago. Someone who's just very toxic, okay? And again, this is how she's viewing or feels about Cardi B, okay? Why is this here? Why is this here? Interesting. Ooh, 7 of Swords at the bottom. I don't like that. I don't like that. 4 of Swords. Someone that she doesn't talk to right now or have the best connection with. She doesn't really trust her. I feel like she views Cardi B as someone who can be like a gatekeeper. Okay, with this Devil card, again, the industry tactics and contract. I feel like she views Cardi as someone who can kind of get in the way of things, possibly, as far as like the big wigs go or getting next to certain people in the fashion industry. Okay, then I have more earth energy here, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, 3 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles, okay? 3 and 4 is 7. 7 of Pentacles is literally an investment, so that's energy is coming back up. Then you have this 3 of Pentacles, which can talk about collaboration, working together, building together, rebuilding, okay, making money off of a skill here. That's another teamwork makes the dream work card. And you have the 4 of Pentacles, someone who is very frugal or they hold back, also someone who's very stubborn. And I just said that, guys, okay? Cardi B is the type to like, she'll tell you that she fucks with you or she'll like your music in her own regular, every day to day. And like the style, like how she dresses, all of that. But she won't say it publicly or she won't say it to her. At least not anymore. Okay? She's viewing her as somebody who holds back. You know what I'm saying? She could also be viewing Cardi B as someone who's holding on to like a grudge or holding on to something here that could have occurred in the past. Okay? And this is connecting back to what I already said. Cardi may have reached out, tried to reconcile, tried to work together with this 3 of Pentacles here. Okay? And it's almost as if she doesn't want to work with her, okay, with this devil card, because she views her as somebody who is very toxic. It's almost like it's like a headache is what I'm feeling. Like my head is kind of swollen. I just feel like maybe Cardi's energy just does not mesh well with JT at all. And I think she views her as somebody, again, who can kind of, move mountains behind the scenes in fashion or music. Okay, so I think JT kind of looks at her as somebody who could potentially get in the way of certain opportunities for her as far as her work goes, just because they have some type of gripe here or something, And this Four of Pentacles is very stubborn, holding back, saving money, okay? Yeah, I definitely see that Cardi tried to reach out to her. And she could also be viewing her as someone who's obviously very stable, got good connections, has a lot of money. Okay, Four of Pentacles is kind of like a stability card for me as far as your finances go. But why else is this here? I just don't get that JT wants to work with her, like, at all. At all. Okay, she's standing 10 toes on not wanting to fuck with her or creating these boundaries against her. Okay, how is she feeling or viewing Cardi at this time? Thank you. Six of Cups. Yeah, that's so funny. I just said that. She could be viewing her as somebody who's holding on to a grudge or holding on to something that occurred in the past here with this Six of Cups. Okay? Two of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Very defensive energy. Okay, blocking. This is somebody who stands up for themselves. Then you got the Two of Wands here. That is making a choice, making a decision here. She could, yeah, I just said that, guys. She could be viewing Cardi as somebody who could be blocking her opportunities here. JT knows she's got a lot of eyes on her, a lot of people watching her. And I said this in a reading I did solely on JT. She's got a lot of offers coming in from a lot of different entities that she kind of has to turn down, or she's not taking all of them if they don't make sense to her, But I feel like she also is viewing Cardi as someone who can, like, potentially block things for her. I definitely see she blocked her out, okay? The Seven of Wands. It's also someone who's very defensive. Yeah, it's like, okay, that's what I'm getting. She is viewing Cardi as someone who gets very defensive, okay? She's viewing her as somebody who is stuck in the past, okay, career-wise and personally. Whatever happened between them personally here, Cardi is still holding on to it. It could have been like a fight or something that they had, okay, with the Seven of Wands. And she's viewing her as somebody who is very defensive, okay? It's like you're not who you were back in the day, 6, 7, 8 years ago. You're not the same as far as, the music is not hitting the same. You're not doing all the things you used to do. You're not as hungry as you were back in the day. Okay? But she does view her as somebody who will stand her ground and basically say what she needs or wants to say to get it off her chest. And it's so interesting. It's like, and again, with this energy of, like, looking down on people, okay? The woman on this card, she's got at least 2-3 feet on that little girl in the card. So she can be viewing some Cardi B as somebody who thinks that they are bigger and better and badder than her, okay? So this would be JT, right? The small little girl here, the new industry chick, and then you've got the taller woman here who's Cardi B, trying to show game, give flowers, or again, thinks that she is above or better than everybody here in the game or trying to come up, and that's not the case. Okay? She could also be viewing Cardi as somebody with this Two of Wands who has tried to, like, make plans or make arrangements, again, to try to collab and work with her or block certain opportunities for her. Okay? What happened between the two of them, though, in the past? What is the Six of Cups about? What happened between them in the past? Thank you. What happened between them in the past? Thank you. That Cardi is so defensive about. What is this? I'm hearing pass the torch. It's like Cardi doesn't want JT to have that crown or to be passed the torch as the quote unquote next big thing in female rap, like at all. Why is this Six of Cups here? Why is she so defensive? Why does JT feel like Cardi B is so defensive? Thank you. Page of Swords. Wow. Okay. Page of Swords and the Four of Wands. Interesting. Page of Swords is very curious. That's somebody who is a watcher, who likes to learn things. Okay, a bit of a gossiper as well. Maybe JT had said some things about Cardi B's home life or her marriage. Okay, maybe even her kids or something. I don't know, but there's something here that JT knows about Cardi's marriage, her relationship, her home life, that Cardi is holding on to and has a grudge about it. Again, this could have been like connected to some type of gossip or something that JT was doing behind the scenes or something like that, okay? Again, in relation to Cardi's husband or her home life, her marriage. And I don't think Cardi liked that, like, at all, okay? And it's weird because she's definitely, JT sees Cardi B as somebody who will, like, again, try to get some type of information on her, dig around to see what the hell she's gonna do next, okay? And then this with the Devil card here, this is like somebody who is like obsessed with finding out information, obsessed with stalking or keeping tabs on somebody, you know, obsessed with finding things out. So she is viewing her as somebody who is like watching her every move, but not in a you know, face-to-face way, because again, JT is kind of blocking her out and doesn't really want to deal with her like that. So it's like, you know what, if I can't talk to you and get information out of you, I'm just gonna, you know, do my homework and go around the industry and find information about you and what you're doing from other people if I can get it. That is so weird. Why don't we get one more for her, please? How she's doing Cardi, thank you. Ten of Swords. Wow. She's doing Cardi as someone who may have betrayed her or like stabbed her in the back. Wow, it's like she's trying. This is so weird, guys. I really don't want to like be saying this, but I can't help it. I feel like if you see JT go through some things in the media, all of a sudden, you know, blogs saying bad things about her, or if JT's, you know, her rise to a particular frequency in the industry starts to dwindle all of a sudden, or there's certain opportunities that she could have had that she's not getting, it's literally because Cardi is like doing things behind the scenes to try to end her, okay, and try to keep her at a lower frequency with this Ten of Swords. And again, there's some kind of gossip or something here that JT knows about Cardi B, and Cardi B is holding on to that. Like, bitch, you shouldn't know that, or you tried to use that against me, blah, 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 blah. You said this, you said that, and that's why I didn't fuck with you. And that's why, you know, this Ten of Swords like an end to the business relationship / friendship here. Okay? Very petty. Very petty. But at the same time, you know, here we are years later, Cardi B still wants to work with her, collab with her, but again, it's because she sees the benefit that it could bring her and the wave that JT is on right now, and JT is not going to allow her to do that. You're not, like, you know what I'm hearing her say? JT's like, you're not going to jump on my wave and glorilla me. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to Fendi the rapper, okay, point me to. You're not going to do that to me. Take all my shine. Absolutely not. Okay, let's see. Let's hop on over to Cardi real quick. How is she viewing JT at this time? Thank you. How's she doing, JT? Ooh, Five of Swords. I'm getting a lot here. And that's so weird because I already said the King of Swords, and look, it's already coming out. Wow. Five of Swords? I don't like that. And like I said, I really didn't want to be the one to say jealous or a hater, but this Five of Swords is a jealousy card, okay? Someone who's envious or very competitive, okay? They could have had a really bad argument, like a really nasty argument between one another. Look at this, Emperor. I'm telling you, she's viewing JT as somebody who's about to be the next big thing, the next thing up, okay? And yes, you know, we know she's a woman. Emperor is not about gender here. Emperor is a boss, somebody who is very established. They don't need or want for much, okay? It's also somebody who's in control, you know, their own boss, their own leader. King of Swords is also a leader, someone who's very intelligent. Okay, someone who is a wordsmith. So she's viewing JT as somebody who is very good at what she does, very talented. Okay, this King of Swords is also not very emotional, kind of cold. Same thing with the Emperor. These two together, you don't go to them with some sad, soppy story trying to like get an emotional response. Absolutely not. This is very cold, straight to the point. What do you want? You don't have shit for me. All right, you don't have anything good to say. I'm not trying to hear it. If it's not about the business, I don't want to hear it. So she's viewing her as somebody who's very emotionally stoic, very cold toward her. And I'm telling you, she's viewing JT as somebody who can really be the next, you know, the next wearer of the crown when it comes to this female rap stuff. Okay, then you have this Five of Swords. This mixed with the King of Swords. Okay, she can be viewing her as somebody who is straight up competition. Simple as that. Out of the readings I've done for Cardi B, I think she normally, first of all, she's really insecure about what she's doing as far as music goes, unfortunately. And it's not to say that all the music she puts out is bad. It's just you got to have more faith in yourself when you're doing the music and really mean what you say and really feel that. Okay, but she's viewing JT as literal competition. Okay, Five of Swords is a very argumentative energy, someone who, you know, can be a little condescending as well. This is an argument. And again, with this King of Swords, JT might have given her a verbal lashing, like cursed her ass out for real. And I'm hearing that you don't want the smoke. I don't know why I'm hearing that. But they really had some words with each other. And this is a card of envy, jealousy, belittling somebody. I just said that. Like, Cardi thinks she's up here and then everybody else is down here. You know? And Cardi is so narcissistic. It's like she really thinks that JT is jealous of her. And it's not to say that, you know, JT may not be a little envious, only because Cardi's been around for a little longer, as far as her having her feet wet in the industry, fashion, all of that, having more money, whatever. Okay, but I don't get that vibe. Like JT's necessarily jealous of her. I really don't think she just pays her any mind, like at all. But she's definitely viewing her as somebody who is a very, very worthy competitor. Okay. And it's crazy because I have 3 cards here that have crowns on their heads. Okay, the Emperor has a crown. King of Swords has a crown. That Pride card I got has a crown. So she's definitely a little bit worried about her taking the crown in this female rap game. Five of Swords can also be sabotage, guys. Okay, sabotage. You got the Emperor here. Cardi could be, you know, using her connections to try to sabotage something here for JT. I already said that. Okay. Let's see. Why is this here? How is she feeling? Ooh. Wow. Okay. The World, the Hermit. We have the Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah. She's viewing her as somebody who is clearly, you know, doing very well, making her money with this Ace of Pentacles. That's a financial offer here, something that's also very reliable and very stable, a new opportunity. Then you have the World card, which can kind of indicate the end of a cycle. It can also indicate traveling or going viral, accomplishing a goal, accomplishing a dream. Okay. She's viewing her as somebody who is kind of like getting everything that she has worked hard for. But that's the thing. It's like JT is not getting to where she's at or grinding so hard because it was just given to her, a place in her lap. Okay, so I think Cardi B recognizes and understands, and at the same time respects her work ethic here. So she understands why these opportunities are coming in for JT. So she's seeing her as somebody who is, you know, accomplishing a lot of her goals here and doing her big one. Just because she doesn't necessarily like her all that much doesn't mean she doesn't respect what she's doing. Okay, and I will say that I've noticed that's a very common energy with Cardi B. It's like she'll keep it as real as she possibly can when it comes to people, whether it's straight up not liking them or liking them. But when it comes to JT, being that they had a past, they had a little bit of a gripe, especially it was very public, she's not going to publicly give JT her flowers. Especially behind the scenes, JT is again closing her out, ending a cycle here, you know, not putting her best foot forward. She's definitely not going to publicly acknowledge the fact that JT's doing well. Okay, she rather go ghost and be in hermit mode, okay, than view her as somebody or acknowledge JT as somebody who's doing their big one. Okay, and the hermit card is an energy of, again, ghosting, retreating, going into solitude and coming out a lot more wise, more educated, more spiritually inclined. Okay, so she's viewing JT as somebody who really has been going within and finding her purpose. Okay, she's viewing JT as somebody who doesn't mind going into seclusion and working very hard. Okay, that's interesting. And I'm telling you, it's like she's viewing her as somebody who should be ostracized, or she would like to see her ostracized, okay? Because she's viewing her as too much competition here. Especially, you know, if Cardi's up to speed with the City Cinderella release and all of that, and all of like the good positive feedback it's gotten online. She's like, oh no, like absolutely not. I can't have this with this Five of Swords. You know, she's viewing her as somebody, again, who's competition and who needs to be exiled and ostracized. Okay, she's viewing her as somebody who's very focused as well. I also feel like, you know, Cardi, again, she feels like she's JT is a little too big for her britches. You know, Cardi knows that she's been in the game for a little while now. She's a little bit more solidified, especially with people behind the scenes. Okay, so it's like JT's got the streets and the people fucking with her, but Cardi B, she's got more of an inside with the powers that be, the head honchos, and she knows that. Okay, and I don't think she's gonna be petty necessarily to do, you know, to try to sabotage everything for her, but I feel like she's narcissistic enough with this King of Swords to get in the way and cut off certain opportunities for her, or at least attempt to, at least try. It's so weird. It's very weird. What else is here? How else is she feeling about or towards JT? How's she viewing JT? Seven of Swords came out anyway. Okay, that's another card of strategy. It's also a card of like being untrustworthy. Why is this here? Again, she views her, okay, like I said, look, she's viewing her as somebody who's walking away from her, doesn't want to deal with her, okay? Yeah, they fought, they've had some type of arguments with this Five of Wands, okay? It's a lot. And then you have the Queen of Wands here, okay? So she's viewing JT, showing up as herself, this Queen of Wands here. Someone who's very ambitious, very passionate. She knows that JT is a lot more passionate about the music than Cardi is herself. Okay, she views her as someone who's very beautiful. Okay, Queen of Wands is very handsome, very beautiful, very sexually attractive. So again, it's like, you know, yeah, in my mind, in my heart space, I know you're very attractive and you're very talented, but I'm not going to let you know that. I'm not going to let the public know that I feel that way. Okay, then you have the Seven of Swords and the Six of Swords here. So she could be viewing JT as somebody, again, who's walking away from her, creating distance with the Six of Swords. Okay, that's also an energy of traveling and moving on to better, calmer shores. And the Seven of Swords is, again, a non-trustworthy energy. She could be viewing her as somebody she doesn't trust, simply because, like I said earlier, JT knows some things about Cardi's relationship and her home life, or JT has said certain things about Cardi B and her home life, her marriage, whatever, that really struck a chord with her. So that's why she doesn't necessarily trust her so much. It's like, you know all this and that about me, so you can go ahead and run and tell anybody if you really wanted to. Okay, I don't think Cardi trusts a lot of people, like, at all. Okay, she's also viewing her as somebody, just on the other hand, the Seven of Swords, somebody who is planning very strategically. Okay, someone who's very precise and very particular about how they're doing to make their next steps. So again, I feel like Cardi is viewing her as somebody who is very well thought out, very specific, very particular, again, very strategic. That seems to be the word of the day here. And making certain moves here, especially when it comes to the money and the finances and these opportunities being presented to her. Okay, but I just don't feel like she trusts her too much because of the things that JT has said about Cardi before in the past. Again, with this Six of Cups, shit from the past that she's still really holding on to and hasn't let it go. The only reason why she was willing to let it go is because she wants to ride the wave that JT is on right now. You know? I also think Cardi can view JT as somebody who may have like a very, very strong spiritual team, or somebody on her team, you know, that's very connected to source, a very spiritual person here. Okay, because the Queen of Wands can sometimes be like a witch or like a warlock or someone who dips and dabbles in like root work. And that's another card I have with a crown on their head, guys. Queen of Wands has a crown on her head as well. So it's like Cardi, she dips and dabbles in the spiritual work, but then that's a reoccurring message I've gotten for JT as well. Like she'll dip and dabble in the spiritual work, or she has somebody that will and that does it for her protection. Okay, so I feel like Cardi doesn't really necessarily want to touch her spiritually, okay, because I feel like it's very well known now that Cardi does dip and dabble with the brujeria and stuff like that. So I don't think she wants to dip and dabble in JT's energy with that stuff. Does that make sense? It can give you a really deep rabbit hole. Just some people, you know, are very protected in the spiritual realm, and you just can't touch certain people when it comes to like the spirituality stuff, because they're very guided and protected in, you know, the other dimensions, if you will, guys. But I just really, really hope Cardi just kind of gets out of this space of, you know, trying to ride a wave or sabotage things for people because, you know, they're not cool with her or they said mean things about her. You know, because I feel like, you know, Cardi would really try to use the powers that be, the people in control, the people in the suits, to sabotage something here for JT, okay? But outside of that, she's viewing her as somebody who's competition here, for sure. And she's viewing her as somebody, JT, as somebody who can really give her a lashing, whether that be on literally like on the phone talking, because I definitely see they had some type of fight or argument with one another, like nasty back and forth. Nasty, okay? And again, she's viewing her as somebody who can really take the crown here in this female rap game. So Cardi, I suggest you get it together and drop what you need to drop, okay? Because your fans, they want it, they're hungry for it from you. You're gonna do fine. I feel like your sales are gonna do fine, but you can't worry so much about all these other women, other competition, okay? I get it, JT's coming up, that's great, but you are still more solidified than she is. So there's no reason for you to try to stop bags or, you know, be obsessively trying to get in tune with what the fuck JT is doing, because that's going to just distract you from what the fuck you should be doing. Does that make sense, guys? But yeah, just overall, it's like there's some kind of like underlying admiration she has for JT, but at the same time, it's like her pride and ego get in the way so much she can't do it. She can't acknowledge it publicly. You know, she'll tell JT behind the scenes. Again, I see they were trying to reconcile, or Cardi wanted to work with her, but JT wasn't going to allow her to ride her wave like that. Absolutely not. Okay, but this is a very interesting reading. I didn't want to keep you guys here too long. This is kind of making sense. Okay, you don't like her so much because she's got dirt on you and she may have said some not so great things about your family. I get it. Okay. And JT, she's viewing her as like a gatekeeper and somebody who, you know, is very defensive about shit from the past, her family life. She views her as someone who's very toxic. It's almost like if I let her on my record or work with her, I'm going to curse myself. Is the vibe that I'm getting from JT, okay? But I'm going to leave this reading here. I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed it, or you guys were able to take something out of this. And I hope that you guys, you know, come back for more. I do these deep dives every once in a blue moon. Again, make sure you guys check out the playlist I have curated if you are interested in things like that. But I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.